I want you to do something with me right now. Before we go any further, look down at your hands. Really look at them. Look at your fingernails, the color, the surface, the little half moons at the base, the way they curve. Most people go their entire lives never truly looking at their own nails. And yet those 10 small surfaces at the tips of your fingers are one of the most honest health reports your body will ever give you. Your nails cannot lie. They cannot exaggerate. They quietly record what is happening deep inside your body, in your blood, in your heart, in your lungs, in your liver. And they display it right there where you can see it every single day, if only you know what to look for. And here is what almost nobody tells you. After the age of 60, certain changes in your nails are not just cosmetic, not just getting older. They can be the earliest warning signs of serious conditions, sometimes appearing months before any other symptom shows up. Today, I am going to show you 5 of those warning signs. I'm going to explain exactly what each one can mean inside your body. And in the 4th sign, I'm going to reveal the one change that most people dismiss as completely harmless, something they have probably had for years, that can actually be pointing to a problem with the heart or the lungs. Stay with me all the way to the end, because by then you will be able to look at your own hands and read them like a doctor does. I am Dr. Marsden Hale, and I have spent the better part of my life caring for the health of older adults. And let me tell you why this subject is so close to my heart. Over the years, I have sat across from countless patients who came to me worried about something completely different: a cough, fatigue, a swollen ankle. And the very first clue, the thing that pointed me in the right direction, was sitting right there on their fingertips the whole time. A nail that had changed color, a ridge that had deepened, a curve that had slowly formed without them ever noticing. The body is always speaking to us. The tragedy is that most people were never taught to listen. So today, I want to teach you. I want you to leave this video able to do something most people cannot: to read the silent language of your own body and catch trouble early, while there is still so much that can be done. Before we begin, do me one small favor that costs you nothing but helps so much. Subscribe to this channel and tap the like button. It tells YouTube this message matters, and it helps me reach 100,000 more older adults who are looking at their hands right now and have no idea what those changes mean. And stay with me until the 4th sign, because that is the one almost everyone gets wrong. Let me give you a way to understand why your nails reveal so much, with a picture you'll never forget. Think of your nails as the leaves at the very end of a long tree. The health of a tree is not decided at the leaves. It is decided deep down in the roots, in the soil, in the trunk, in the flow of water and nutrients all the way up. But where do you see the trouble first? At the leaves. When a tree is sick at the root, the leaves change color, they curl, they grow thin and brittle, long before the trunk shows a single crack. Your nails are exactly those leaves. They sit at the very end of your circulation, the farthest point your blood has to travel. So when something is wrong with the soil, your nutrition, or with the flow of water, your circulation, your heart, your lungs, the nails are often where it shows up first, because they are the last to receive and the first to suffer. That is why a doctor who knows what to look for can glance at a patient's hands and already begin to understand what is happening on the inside. By the end of today, you will be able to do the same with your own. The first sign: pale or white nail beds. The first warning sign to look for is the color of the skin underneath your nail, the nail bed. Press gently on your fingernail and let go. In a healthy person, it briefly turns white and then quickly flushes back to a healthy pink as the blood returns. Now, the warning sign is this: nails that stay pale, white, or washed out, even without pressing. Healthy nail beds should have a gentle pink tone, because just beneath that nail flows blood rich in oxygen and iron. When the nails look pale, drained of color, like the color has been rinsed out of them, it can be one of the clearest visible signs of anemia, a low level of healthy red blood cells. And anemia in older adults is something we must never wave away because it is not a disease in itself. It is a signal. It can come from a slow, hidden loss of blood somewhere in the body, from a deficiency in iron or vitamin B12, or from other conditions that need attention. Many older people walk around tired, short of breath, dizzy when they stand, with a heart that races for no clear reason, and they blame it all on age when their own nails were quietly announcing anemia the whole time. So look closely. If your nail beds have lost their pink and turned pale, that is not vanity. That is your body asking you to check your blood. A simple test at your doctor's office can find the answer, and most causes of anemia are very treatable once we know they are there. The second sign, spoon-shaped nails that curve inward. The second sign is about the shape of the nail itself, and it is one of the most overlooked. Look at your nails from the side. A healthy nail has a gentle curve outward, like a small dome. The warning sign is the opposite. A nail that has become flat and then sunken in the center, scooped out like the bowl of a small spoon. So much so that in some cases it could hold a drop of water without it running off. We call this spooning, and it is not just a strange shape that happens for no reason. Spoon-shaped nails are very often linked to a long-standing iron deficiency, the same kind that causes anemia, but sometimes present for so long that it has begun to reshape the nail itself. It can also point to problems with how the body is handling iron, to certain thyroid conditions, or to circulation issues. The reason this matters so much in people over 60 is that these changes happen slowly over months and years, so gradually that the person living with them never notices the day-to-day difference. But put a photo of their nails from 10 years ago next to today, and the change is undeniable. So I want you to look at the side profile of your nails right now. Do they dome gently outward? Or have they flattened and started to scoop inward? If you see that spoon shape forming, it is worth a conversation with your doctor and a simple look at your iron levels. Your nails may be telling you a story your body has been writing for years. The third sign, dark lines or streaks running through the nail. The third sign is one I want you to take very seriously, and I will be honest and direct with you because that is what you deserve. Look for any dark line, streak, or band running along your nail, especially a brown or black stripe that runs from the base of the nail up toward the tip, like someone drew a line with a fine marker. Now, not every dark line is dangerous. Sometimes a bruise under the nail from a bump can cause a dark spot, and that grows out and disappears over time. But a dark streak that appears without any injury, that stays, that grows wider, or that has different shades within it, that is something you must show to a doctor without delay. Because in some cases, a dark line under or within the nail can be an early sign of melanoma, a serious form of skin cancer that can appear even there, hidden beneath the nail, where the sun rarely reaches and where almost nobody thinks to look. I am not telling you this to frighten you. I am telling you because melanoma caught early is highly treatable, and melanoma ignored is something else entirely. The danger is precisely that people see a dark line, assume it is a bruise or just one of those things, and let months go by. So here is my rule, and I want you to remember it. A dark streak in a single nail with no memory of any injury that does not grow out and disappear deserves a doctor's eyes. It will very often turn out to be nothing serious, but it is one of those few things in medicine where it is far, far better to check and be reassured than to wait and wonder. The fourth sign, nails that curve down over rounded fingertips. And now we come to the fourth sign, the one I asked you to wait for. Pay close attention here, because this is the one that almost everyone dismisses as harmless, and it is often present for a very long time before anyone takes it seriously. I am talking about a change called clubbing. Here is how to check for it. Look at your fingertips from the side. In clubbing, the tissue at the very end of the finger becomes thicker and rounder, almost bulbous, and the nail curves down over it like the back of a spoon turned upside down, like a dome wrapping over the tip of the finger. There is even a simple test you can do at home. Place the nails of your two thumbs back to back, nail against nail. In a healthy person, a small diamond-shaped gap of light appears between them at the base. When that little window of light disappears and the nails press flat together, that can be a sign of clubbing. Now, why did I save this one for the fourth spot? Because clubbing is the sign most people have no idea about, and it can be one of the most important. Clubbing of the nails is very often connected to conditions in the heart and the lungs, to long-standing low oxygen in the blood, to certain lung diseases, to heart conditions, and sometimes to problems in the liver or the digestive system. The reason it happens is, in a way, beautiful and sad at the same time. When the body senses that the fingertips, the farthest outpost of circulation, are not getting enough oxygen over a long period, it responds by growing more tissue and more tiny blood vessels there, trying to capture more. And that is what creates the rounded, clubbed shape. So this is not a cosmetic quirk. It is the body's quiet, long-term response to a deeper problem with oxygen, with the heart, or with the lungs. If you look at your fingertips and see that rounded, club shape, or if that little diamond of light has vanished when you press your thumbnails together, please do not ignore it. Bring it to your doctor and ask them to look into your heart and your lungs. It may have been whispering to you for years. The fifth sign: deep ridges, brittleness, and sudden texture changes. The fifth sign brings together the texture and surface of the nail, and it is the one that ties everything together. Run your finger gently across the surface of your nails. Some fine lines that run from the base to the tip are completely normal as we age. Do not worry about those gentle vertical lines. What I want you to watch for are the deeper changes. Nails that have suddenly become very brittle, that crack, split, peel, and break far more easily than they used to. And especially watch for deep ridges or grooves that run across the nail from side to side, like little valleys carved horizontally. Those horizontal grooves are particularly meaningful because they can mark a moment when the body went through serious stress, a severe illness, a high fever, a major nutritional shortage, or a significant event with the health that temporarily interrupted the nail's growth. As the nail grew out afterward, it left that valley behind as a record, like a ring in a tree that marks a hard winter. As for brittle, splitting, crumbling nails, these can point to thyroid problems, to nutritional deficiencies, to circulation issues, and yes, sometimes to fungal infections that become more common and more stubborn with age. The key word for this fifth sign is change. If your nails have always been a certain way, that is your normal. But if you notice a clear shift, they were strong and now they crumble. They were smooth and now they are deeply ridged. They were fine and now they split constantly. That change is information. It is your body telling you that something on the inside has shifted, and it is worth paying attention to rather than simply buying stronger nail polish to hide it. The sixth point: the bigger picture and the story of Walter. Before I tell you what to do with all of this, I want to be honest with you, the way I would be with my own family. One single nail change on its own is usually not a reason to panic. Nails can change for small, harmless reasons too. The real skill, the thing I want to give you today, is learning to notice the pattern, to see the change, and to know which signs deserve a doctor's attention rather than a shrug. And let me tell you about a patient who taught me just how much this matters. Let me tell you about Walter. Walter was a man of 68, a retired carpenter, a proud man with strong, hard-working hands. He came to see me about something completely unrelated. He was feeling more tired than usual, and a little short of breath when he climbed the stairs. And like so many people, he was sure it was simply age catching up with him. But while we were talking, I looked at his hands the way I always do, and I noticed it immediately. His fingertips had that rounded, clubbed shape, and the nails curved down over them like little domes. When I asked him how long they had looked that way, he shrugged and said, "Oh, doctor, years. My wife always said I had funny fingertips. We never thought anything of it." Years. That clubbing had been speaking for years, and no one had known to listen. We looked deeper into his heart and his lungs, and we found a condition that we were then able to treat and manage, caught, thankfully, in time to make a real difference. Walter looked at me in that visit and said something I have never forgotten. "Doctor, you're telling me my own hands were trying to warn me this whole time, and I just wasn't reading them." "Yes, Walter, that is exactly what I am telling you. And here is the most important warning of this entire video. The greatest danger is not any single nail change. The greatest danger is the habit of dismissing everything as just getting old, of explaining away every signal until the signals have nowhere left to go. Your body, at 60, at 70, at 80, is still working hard to protect you, still sending up its little flags of warning. Do not teach yourself to ignore them. Learn instead to read them. Before I say goodbye, I want you to carry this with you, as if you pinned it to your bathroom mirror where you can see it every morning. After 60, your nails are one of the most honest health reports your body will ever hand you, free of charge, every single day. Remember the 5 signs we covered today: pale nail beds that may signal anemia, spoon-shaped nails that curve inward and may point to iron problems, dark streaks that appear without injury and must always be checked, clubbed fingertips that can speak of the heart and the lungs, and sudden brittleness or deep ridges that mark a change inside the body. None of these is a diagnosis on its own, but each one is a reason to look closer and to talk to your doctor, rather than to look away. Start today. Right now, before you do anything else, look down at your 10 fingertips, one by one, and read them with the new eyes I have given you. And if you see something that gives you pause, make that the reason you finally book the appointment you have been putting off. Think of Walter, whose hands tried to warn him for years. Yours may be trying to tell you something too. And now, at last, you know how to listen. If this video opened your eyes, if you finally understand the quiet language your own hands have been speaking all along, give me a like by tapping that button below, because that small gesture helps YouTube carry this message to other older adults who are looking at their nails right now with no idea what those changes mean. You could be the reason someone catches a problem early enough to do something about it. And if you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe and turn on the bell, because every single day I post a new video made with real care to help you live with more health, more strength, and more dignity after 60. And do me one last favor that truly matters to me. Tell me in the comments which of these 5 nail signs you are going to check on your own hands tonight, and write the word nails next to it, so I know you stayed with me all the way to the end. I read every single one. Take care of yourself. Look closely at the little signals your body gives you, and may every morning find you a little stronger and a little wiser than the last. I will see you again very soon, my dear friends.